Hello there, you must be wondering what is the connection between heartbeat sound effect and Shakespeare. Well, there is, and you will understand it by the end of this video. Hello and welcome, this is G3 and you're listening to me on Literature with G3. In this video, we will be learning about Shakespeare as a sonneteer, because we will be learning some of his sonnets in the upcoming videos. So it is very important to know him as a sonneteer. Before knowing about his sonnets, let us first look into his biographical details. And if there is one thing that we all do not know, it is his birth date. What we know about him is his baptism date, and that is 26th April 1564. So we can very well assume that he was born 3 days prior to it. That makes it 23rd April 1564 as his birthday. His father's name is John Shakespeare and his mother's name is Mary Arden. He was born near a place called Stratford. He attended a school there, and he had to drop out from the school for some economical reasons. He had to go for work and earn for his family. And then he was married by the age of 18. He married a person called Anne Hathaway. And when I said 18, I know what you are probably thinking, that is illegal right now. But he lived 4 centuries ago. So yeah, let us forgive Shakespeare. And okay, so after which he had 5 children, and he had to earn more money. So he went to London, and we do not know what happened in this first 8 years of his life in London. It remains as a dark period where no one knows what happened to Shakespeare. But then by the year 1588, he bloomed as a dramatist, and his career was at its peak. We all know that he was praised by everyone, including the Queen. He wrote 37 plays, 154 sonnets. And when I say 154 sonnets, I'm excluding the 6 sonnets that he had written in his plays. And he also wrote some poems like Venus and Adonis and Rape of Lucrece, The Phoenix and the Turtle. But in his own period, other dramatists weren't very appreciative of him, except for one person, that is Ben Jonson, who rightly said he was not of ages but for all time. That is, Shakespeare was not a person who can be restricted within his age. He was for all the time that is to come. And we all know that Ben Jonson is right. So, let us move on to his sonnets. His sonnets were written in decasyllabic quatrains and they rhyme alternatively. More on this at the end. Okay. So, his quarto edition was published in the year 1609. It was called Shakespeare's Sonnet. That was the title of the book. Okay. And there were 154 sonnets, in which sonnet 1 to 126 were dedicated or about a person called W.H. Now, who is this W.H.? Nobody knows, but there are a lot of speculations, and the contestants who topped the speculations are William Herbert and Henry Wriothesley. I believe that is how their name is pronounced. Now, these two people lived in that period, and there are so many evidences to believe that it is them whom Shakespeare was talking about, but we are not sure yet. And from sonnets 127 to 154, it is about a person called Dark Lady. We do not know who that is too. And there is another character who comes here and there, and that character is rival poet, and we do not know who that rival poet is too. And apart from these 154 sonnets, Shakespeare has also included a poem called A Lover's Complaint, which consists of 47 lines. Now, that is clearly not a sonnet, but he had added that poem into the edition. Alright, now let us look into sonnets in detail, the structure of the sonnets. Now, sonnet is a poem that consists of 14 lines, but Shakespeare had his own way of writing these sonnets. He had included 3 quatrains in his sonnet. Each quatrain, the quatrain stanza consists of 4 lines. So 3 into 4, 12 lines are stuck in a stanza format, 3 stanzas. Now after that he adds 2 lines as rhyming couplet. The word couplet meaning 2, so 2 lines as a couplet. So 12 plus 2 is equal to 14 lines. That is his structure of sonnets. Now these sonnets have something called volta. The word volta literally means turn, that is shift. When you read Shakespeare sonnets, the first 2 quatrains gives you a mood, gives you an emotion, but this changes in the 3rd quadrant. The mood shifts, the mood turns, and that is why we call it as volta. Now let us look into his meter. He follows Iambic Pentameter. In order to understand this, we have to split the words. Let us first look into the word iambic. Iambic means foot, that has a stressed and unstressed syllable. Now let us hear the sound effect. If you had followed this sound carefully, you can understand that the sound lub is unstressed and dub is being stressed, being colloquial. I'm so sorry for that. Lub, dub, lub, dub, lub, dub. The syllable lub is unstressed. It's not stressed properly, but the other sound is stressed. Now if you take it out as one set, one lub dub, then it can be called as a foot or an iamb. Now we will see an example so that we understand it better. This is a line from Keats: to swell the god and plump the hazel shells. Now the word hazel is one word. I had split into 2 for better understanding. Here the word to should not be stressed, but swell has to be stressed. The unstressed god stressed, and unstressed plump stressed. The unstressed hay stressed, cell unstressed, shells stressed. Now let me read it once with the stresses. To swell the god and plump the hazel shells. Here you can understand that there is a rhythm following, and that rhythm comes out of the stresses that we give. We should give one unstressed syllable. Next to it there should be a stressed syllable, and we also learnt already that one unstressed and one stressed being together will give us an iambic. Now if you notice this particular line, we can see that there are 5 sets of iamb. The word penta means 5. So we have 5 sets of iamb. That's why we call it as Iambic Pentameter. Hope I was clear. Now let us look into his rhyme scheme. As I told you already, he follows alternate rhyme scheme. That is, if he has one rhyme in line 1, he will follow the same rhyme in line 3. The same goes with line 2. Whatever rhyme he has written in line 2, he will follow it only in line 4. That is how we got this rhyme scheme. AB being first quadrant, CD second quadrant, EF third quadrant, 3 quadrants over. Now the rhyming couplet. The rhyming couplet is 2 lines. So we give the letters GG to represent rhyming couplet. And that is it for the introduction of Shakespeare's sonnets and Shakespeare as a sonneteer. I hope you liked this video. If you really liked it, give this video a thumbs up, comment your views, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for listening till the end.